Hi everybody, welcome back to Ace Combat 7 on the PlayStation 4, and we're going to be continuing with the campaign. I'm going to mission 2. Let's see what this...
As of 1
Ooh, here we
p.m.
go.
today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Erusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Erusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Erusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Erusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Erusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Erusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
Okay, so there's Usia, Easier, and the baddies. Although I think they're all baddies, really.
In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye. I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Right, okay, so it's if you're thinking about playing Ace Combat 7, it's worth watching some videos about the lore of what's happening and the story of Ace Combat 7, and actually all the way through. You don't really. Oh, here we go.
To the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element.
Okay.
First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Okay, so that's us there. So we've got to fly along. So that's us. Me, Trigger, Clown, Knocker, Brownie, Golem 3 and Golem 4. And then we've got to take out these radar vehicles along the road. Okay. Okay, so we've now got the aircraft tree open. Okay, whatever. So, ooh, the F-14, or the Mirage. Okay. So we've got the F-16. We haven't got enough money to buy the Tomcat. We could buy the bombs that home in on a locked target, designed to explode once they penetrate the target's armor. They're potentially devastating. Or Air-to-air burst missiles. Okay, so I think we want the ground bombs, don't we? So we'll buy them. Okay. So let's go with the F-16. And we're going to go with the ground bombs. Right, let's go.
Mage Squadron, sortie, ASAP.
You've really got to ignore the story. But yeah, if you watch some videos about Ace Combat 7's story, what happens is there's three story arcs being told at kind of the same time as we play some more missions. And they all kind of come together at the end. But when you're actually playing the game and it's got these cutscenes, you'll be like, what on earth's going on? Right, here we go.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
Okay.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Catch up with these boys.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! The radar vehicles are under fire! Can we move them? Narrate! We're being attacked by enemy aircraft! We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
Where's our support? If we don't get some fighters soon, the whole base is gone!
Go on, log on.
Required. Jet radar vehicle's been destroyed! We're going for the radar car!
They got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
Mage 2, bombs away. Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Where are the damn interceptors? Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle!
Lock on.
Mage 2,
Mr. Move the vehicle! We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now. What the hell do you mean the nearest airbase hasn't got any fighters?
Mage 2, bombs away.
I'm iced up.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
How the hell is the enemy able to hit us so accurately? The camera's crushed.
Lock acquired.
I miss.
Incoming. Break.
H2, enemy has a radar lock on you.
That's a miss.
Two targets remaining.
That radar was just about to go online. Push the plant forward too fast.
Nice shot,
These are
H2.
too far from Allied territory.
Going 2, you can't go after every target.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Box 2.
On my enemy's tail. Got the numbers and the strike.
Missile.
Missile fired into the
Missile. Missile.
Trigger, there's one more to go.
Ammunition 0.
The enemy has a lock on you, H2.
Missile.
Firing air gun.
Missile.
Now. Break.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
H2, walking.
Confirm. My brother was in that radar unit.
Missile.
Understand it there.
Missile.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup.
Incoming. Break.
Ammunition 0.
Here's some
Ammunition
feedback
0.
from those war merchants. Write your manuals in a language we can understand.
Box 2. Target is hit.
Breaking out of lock.
The enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Box 2.
Missile. Caution. Hello.
Whoa!
Caution.
Missile incoming. Break.
Enemy's traveled a long way, so they're trying to end this quickly.
Ammunition
Bandit
0.
acquired. Bandit on your 6. Watch it. Break. Do it.
Hostile on your back, watch out. Shred the radar network.
Missile.
Box 2. Box 2.
Missile. Missile.
Target struck, but he's still ticking.
They're losing it after their allies on the ground were taken out. Can't say I blame them.
H2 is in the clouds.
That radar was just about to go online.
Box 2.
H2, break that lock.
Box 2. Box 2.
Evade. Evade.
Bandit evaded the attack.
H2 locked.
Taking cover in the clouds.
Six enemies. Not really good.
sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
The enemy has a lock on you, H2.
Okay, let's completely blind those bastards.
H2, Fox 2.
Missile inbound, evade! Fox 2, Fox 2!
Nova 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
You might.
On your tail!
You're being locked onto. 5 targets remaining.
Missile coming! Right, right!
That's a miss.
APCs have nowhere to hide. Warning, bandits!
Great. So you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus.
4 targets remaining.
Are you telling me we can't even avenge our fallen?
Fox 2. Target hit. 3 targets remaining.
Breaking off. Bandit in my sight. Do we really have interceptors? They're still pounding us. Missile inbound. Breaking, breaking. I'm taking fire. Still throwing cannon.
All aircraft, residential area is below you.
Launch preparations complete. Everyone ready. Stand clear, 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away.
Uh-oh.
What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, Cloud. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed.
Press
UAVs.
L2 and R2 together.
Bandits are drones.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
Doesn't matter.
He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it.
Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Enemy on your tail.
Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah.
Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
So how do I do a high-speed turn? Press L2 and R2 together. Oh, right, I see. Yeah.
Ammunition 0.
buy a dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
Tomorrow we'll try.
You're doing good.
Target down. Nicely done. One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
I'm on this one's tail.
Enemy clouds. Don't ice up in there. Page 2. Box 2.
Show up on the radar.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
Nice.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
See, this is the
Current target is on rails, but there's still military
Top Gun bit.
vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
I just love these cinematics. They're amazing.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Complete our vehicle out of there! The radar vehicles are under fire! Can we move them? It's an air raid. We're being attacked by enemy aircraft. We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
Excellent fun. Excellent fun. But I am aware this probably isn't the most watchable video games. I'm just chasing these icons around in the sky.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Let's. Brilliant. So there we go. Mission 2 in Ace Combat 7. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.